Well, my car started with no trouble at all after 2 months. Daytona, my favorite car. So I did just some shopping. Check this out. This is gonna be my lunch. Smoked salmon with some cheese and orange pepper. And I found this amazing bread that doesn't have pretty much any carbs. 4 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, which means 1 gram only of carbs, but 15 grams of protein. Like this is 750 Canadian, but it's so good, you know. It's not fattening. So now I'm just heading back to my hotel. Today's Friday. Oh boy. And I gotta find a scale, because this body is due for scaling. It's required by like every driver at Sergei Dratchev heavy haul has to be weighed. Okay, this is my shaver. Oh, there you go. I found it. Hold on, let me see. I forgot. I know I take out batteries from there. Oh, they're right inside. Hold on. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's 2 batteries. I take out one so that it doesn't go bad on me. Yeah, these are pretty good scales. So that's my shaver, the one I use for the trick with a beard, no beard. And so my truck is in the shop. I called them, they said, yeah, we checked your turbo, everything looks fine. They said we found the 2 air leaks, and we found a small oil leak. But they said the oil leak was basically nothing major. It just it was in the oil filter. Like the oil filter was hooked up not too tight, and so they just tightened the connection, and that was that. And they greased the truck. I asked them to grease the truck, and they put in my new 10 micron filter, because on the old one I saw that the fuel level was getting up there, so it was time to change it. And so yeah, grease, fuel filter, they found the leak, air leak, they found the oil leak. What else was there? So they tested the turbo, except the guy said they decided not to open the actual actuator, because he says there's a lot of rust in there, which is typical, because, you know, it's very high temperature and it's under the hood. And he says we're pretty sure if we try to open the actuator, like to take out those screws, he said we would break them. We would have to cut them off. And he says once you have to cut that part off, you pretty much need a new actuator. And so, you know, they're not exactly cheap. And so they said we did extensive computer testing. They hooked up the computer to the port and they didn't see any faults. And actually I don't see any faults either now. Like now that my PK Solutions account is active again, so I can see my codes, and there's no codes, so there's no active codes. And so that is good. And so the last thing is, I asked him, I said, did you guys do anything about my booster jack? Because I told him, I said, I want to go to Prince's Auto here in Canada, you know, like a chain that sells lots of hardware parts, you know, like trailer parts, truck parts. and I wanted to look at the jacks. Like instead of one jack in the center that I have now, which doesn't work and it's in the way of my connectors, I wanted to get two jacks. What the heck? Hey buddy, that's my spot over there. Huh. Yeah, for 2 days I was parking in this spot. Now some guy in the Dodge van came along and he took my spot. Okay, so we'll have to park here. And so I asked him, I said, okay, so is my truck ready? You guys want me to take an Uber and go there, or what's the deal? And they said, well, we were waiting for your jacks, because you said you're gonna go to Prince's Auto. And I said, well, I'll be honest with you, I went there the other day, and yeah, I did find some interesting solutions, and there were some jacks, 5,000 pound capacity, 7,000 pound capacity, but you have to weld them on the side of the booster. And you know, I'm not standing next to my booster, so I don't know, would they work or not? And so I said, you know what, I decided that for now, let's just forget this whole idea. And I said, just this, can you please remove the jack? I said, because since it's not working anyway, and it's in the way of my connectors, I said, I'm not in a rush to get the new jacks, but for now I said, can remove them. And they said, okay. And so we agreed that I pick up the truck and trailer Monday after the weekend. And I did my laundry. That's my new laundry, my fresh laundry. And I went to Ministry of Transportation and I picked up my new shiny cab card for the truck and the new sticker, you know, the sticker that goes on the license plate. Like my old one was still valid because due to COVID they issued a extension, and you can download the letter, because you know my old cab card actually expired on September, I think last day of September. And but then since I was in Western Canada, this thing, come on. I had the same issue yesterday. I tried all 3 exits, doesn't work. And I'm booked till tomorrow. But something happens with these stupid, you know, fancy new cars they have. So anyway, so yeah, my cab card expired in September, but it was all extended, so I carried a copy of the extension letter. It was extended until the last day in November. But now I'm back here. I called them. I said, can I please come in and pick up my cab card? They said, yeah, sure. After 10 a.m. somebody will be here. And so I went there. And I picked up my cab card. Now I'm gonna attach the sticker. And we're good to go. Yeah, I just stopped by the front desk. Because, you know, the worst thing you can do is just walk all the way to your room on the other side of the hotel and then discover that your card does not work. Because it can be just the outside lock, right? But it can also be... Thank you. But it can also be the issue with the card. And you see, my room is all the way up there. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. So the truck will be ready Monday, because the guy says, yeah, okay, if you're not bringing us your jacks, we're just gonna cut off this one. I said, yeah, just please cut it off, remove it. It doesn't work, I don't need it, it's in the way of air connectors. Oh, see, this one works. And so, since today is Friday, they said, yeah, you can pick it up. You can pick it up Monday, and then I booked. Replacement of tires and one wheel for Tuesday. See, I used to park in here, but I can still see my car. I love that Charger, man. Such a nice car. So rewarding to drive it. But the big news of the day is that I booked a load. So Monday I'm picking up the truck, and probably Monday I will install. I'll go to Cal Tire and I get 2 new tires on the trailer, and I'll change the broken wheel. And then Tuesday, 1 o'clock, I have an appointment to do the alignment on the trailer, because I'm pretty sure the alignment is out, since the guy hit me in Kentucky on the passenger side of the trailer. So I don't wanna repeat my old mistakes, you know, when I had that accident, and then you start losing tires. You know, if you don't fix your alignment, you start losing your tires. And even since, you know, I'm doing only cheap Cylon tire, but still $300 a tire Canadian, you know, if it's like 2 or 3 tires, it's already getting up there, right? And so that's what we're doing. So now the truck is finished, and next I'm doing 2 tires and the wheel on the trailer, and then Tuesday we're doing the alignment, and that's it. And so I started, after Tuesday I'm ready to rock and roll. So I started looking for a load, and I sent out my little bulletin to the brokers, you know, RGN truck available. And one guy reached out. He said, I got a load from Illinois to BC. And I said, you know what, I'm not exactly legal in BC. They don't like my truck. Well, like, I'm legal if it's a short trailer, you know. If it's a short trailer, I'm okay. But they don't give me any time of day if it's a long trailer. But this guy, his load was like 35,000 pounds, some kind of a machine. But you know, that's the problem. I don't like loads like this one. There's too many miles, and they say, well, it's only 35,000 pounds. So you know they're not gonna give you a good rate, right? And so this guy just sent me a. So the guy who answered, he was on my broker list that I sent that bulletin to, and he reached out. He says, hey, I have this machine here, a dozer, a big dozer from Ontario to Midwest. Can you help me out? And I worked with them many times before. I know the dozer they're talking about. I said, yeah, sure. What do you have in mind for rate? And it's pretty much the same machine I did before. And so the guy says, well, we did this at this rate, but now it's a bit simpler. So why don't we do this? And so he gives me the rate. I said, man, that's right on time, because I have a big truck payment coming up. Man, I'm guessing it's specifically for me. Now there's notes on the rate confirmation saying that no video filming or photography taking is allowed. Roger that, no big deal, no problem. Man, yeah, some customers, and I'm okay with that 100%. As long as you tell me, like if you're a customer watching this, just tell me beforehand, right? I don't want to upset anybody. If you tell me beforehand that you don't want me to film, you don't want me to take pictures, I won't, right? So we're all grown-ups here, like, you know, it's none of my business. So if somebody doesn't want to be in my movies, doesn't want to be part of my blockbuster system, right, it's all cool. Yeah, blockbuster, I wish. Like, I was watching this other guy. He has pretty much the same amount of subscribers, like 64,000, and then he does video, and most of his videos are like 20, 30, 40,000 views, right? Which makes sense. You have 65,000 subscribers, so, you know, where are all these people, right? So they're watching your videos, right? In my case, I have almost 65,000 subscribers. A typical video will get, I'm lucky if it gets 10,000 views, right? So I'm always kind of like wondering about that. Like, I have 65,000 people subscribe, and it's a really rare occasion I can go to, let's say, 20,000 pounds, you know? I mean 20,000 views. Sorry about that. Alright, so we moved, I saved the rate confirmation. Let me just quickly sign it. Okay, where are we signing? Okay, pickup address, date, everything is cool. Okay, the rate is this, and of course it just has a $sign, which I'm never happy with, so I just always add US funds. Okay, and then I need to sign, and date, and today's what, 11/05/21. Okay, signed, dated. I don't see any. Some of these, you know, documents you have to put your initial on each page, but over here there's nothing. So save, and then we export this as PDF, because if I don't do export as PDF, then all the stuff I added can be modified, right? If I bake it again as a PDF, then it's good. It's like a permanent edit. Let me just check. PDF. Okay, my signature is here. The words US funds are here. All right, perfect. So now we can just go back to my email. Type the guy's name. Rate con. See attached. And then we attach this file here, if I can find it. Okay. So I'm loading on 11th. What? I lost internet for some reason. There were errors attaching your file. Man, sometimes that happens because I'm at the hotel, and sometimes it wants me to, yeah, it wants me to re-enter my password. It's a very simple password, I remember it. Alright, looks like now we are connected. I clicked retry, send, view message. Yeah, it's all attached. Perfect. And this guy from a trailer plant, they sent me an email today. I think I got on the email list, and these are the guys I was trying to get this drop side rail deck from, and then they disappeared. This guy is smart. I said I tried many places and nobody wants to finance a deck, just a replacement deck, because it has no VIN number. This guy says, please stop by and I can take a look at your trailer and see what needs to be done. I can get you a VIN number to get a loan. I will tell you how when you come. All right. Sounds good. I'll let you know when I can stop by. No, because seriously, that was a a big thing, because these decks are very expensive and people don't want to give you money unless it's a trailer, like with a VIN number, right? And this guy says, you see, because he's a manufacturer, he says, hey, I can get you a VIN number. Like, I'm not sure, yeah, what the big deal is. Just get me a VIN number, and we can structure this as a new trailer purchase, right? Except it might look like a trailer on paper with a VIN number, but in fact it'll just be a deck, right? No, because I'm really tired of this super tall deck, 22 inches loaded. If I could get a drop side rail, it would be great. Yeah, it did not work before when I was an owner operator for a different company, but now that I work for myself, I have much more flexibility with loads, and most of my loads are pretty big, so a drop side rail would work better. So that's it. And I did my HST, I did my sales tax return. The return has been sent to the government, so they'll pay me back my 13%, which is included on whatever I purchased in Canada, in Ontario, truck related. I'll get back straight to my account, right? And I did my books for October. My revenue was not that good and my expenses were super high. I can tell you off the top of my head, I spent over 9,000 Canadian on licenses and permits, like specifically my new cap card. It was over 3 grand Canadian. So yeah, this was not a good month. I'm telling you, these long trips, they don't make sense in terms of money. It's always better to stay, you know, maybe like 1,000 miles, you know, just like this trip from Tennessee was good. But some crazy stuff like this, like Alberta, BC, you don't make a lot of money because there's so many expenses. Or in October, I spent probably 7,500 bucks Canadian on fuel, because I did so many miles and because the price went up. So yeah, so it's better to stay closer to home. And this trip, so I'm just loading in some kind of a football team probably, or something, or basketball team. So I'm just loading in Ontario, and I'm going close to Chicago, which is perfect. Not too close, not too far. And I worked with this broker before. I know I won't have any issues factoring this with my factoring company. So as soon as I deliver, I'll get paid on the next day. So those are the news. And tomorrow I'm checking out of this hotel. I'll probably go, because the weather's still good. And I haven't been driving my car for 2.5 months. I think I just want to go for a drive and maybe rent a hotel in Niagara Falls or something, you know. So boys and girls, thanks for watching. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll touch base with you when I pick up my truck, and I might do a video when I get new tires and I do alignment. So loading next week, a big dozer going to Middle West USA. Ciao.